All right. Hello, everybody. I am Tomothy, and I'm going to be your commentator for today. Today we're playing Super Mario 63, which is an any percent championship. And so we're going to have Vertic here, who is the world record holder, and Chanceux, also a very talented runner in his own right. They're going to be facing off against each other in round 2 of this championship. And so this is a double elimination championship. And so neither runners have a loss yet, and so it should be a really good match to watch here. And so we're just going to wait a couple of minutes here for the runners to get used to playing the game, get warmed up a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and start here. And so in the meantime, why don't I just talk about the game a little bit? We have, right off the bat, you might notice some similarities to Super Mario 64. And so that's because it is based off of Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64 draws a lot of inspiration here, mostly in the core stages. You'll see you have things like Bob-on Battlefield, although we're not going to be seeing much of that influence today other than maybe the lobby. Where you are going to see most of the influence from other games, though, is through Super Mario Sunshine, because in this game, as you can see on screen right now, we have uh, we have floods. So we have hover, rocket, and turbo nozzles. So the most useful one is probably going to be the rocket nozzle. Turbo is also up there as well as a very useful nozzle. And then you'll see hover being used as well in the beginning here at the start of the run. And so to unlock rocket and turbo nozzle, you first have to actually grab the key in Bowser 1. And so that's where the runners are going to head first. They're going to start off in the tutorial, head to Bowser 1 to grab the key, and that will unlock floods. And then they're going to skip straight to Bowser 3, and they're going to complete the game from there. And so that's kind of a brief overview of what you're going to be seeing today, and I'll try to explain more things as we go along in the run here. But while we're just waiting for runners here, Vertic right now in the game, he has a 6:11, which is the world record, as I mentioned earlier. And in his last race, he was able to get a 6:21. And so that is very impressive. He was using a different route, though, than what you're going to be seeing here today. He was using Tutorial 2, whereas today he said he's going to be using Tutorial 2 Skip, I believe, which is a more race-friendly route because it allows for just a little bit more management of risk. Tutorial 2 route is very risky because of birds. You have to use the birds to perform a skip, but the birds are RNG, and so it can be a very difficult route to perform. Anyway, as I was saying, you're going to be using the Tutorial 2 skip route today. And Chanceux, he has a 640 as his PB, and in the last race, he got a 644 and a 647. So he is playing very close to PB in his last race, and hopefully we'll see some of that today as well. And so it should be a really good match to watch. Both players highly talented, very good at the game. Chance is very consistent at the game, and so should just be really enjoyable. Some high level gameplay to watch. So I'm going to grab some water here while we continue to wait for these runners to warm up, and we'll get started here. Alright, so while we're waiting here, I'll just go ahead and explain what they're doing on screen right now. Right now, they're in the Bowser 1 fight, and you'll see Vertic doing what are known as throw resets. And so he's going to pause on a specific frame or pause buffer to a specific frame in which the animation loops. And so he's going to throw Bowser, pause buffer, and then he's going to loop that animation and he'll be able to grab Bowser again. And so you just do that 3 times to defeat Bowser, and it saves about 2 seconds over the normal strat. And so hopefully we'll be seeing that in runs. Hopefully the runners are able to hit it. I'm not sure if Chance goes for throw resets. He might. He certainly has the skill for it if he wants to go for it. Alright, and it looks like the runners are just about to get started here. We have both runners booting up the IGT mod, the in-game timer mod. And that's going to be the final verdict on who wins the match, because it's more accurate than using RTA timing. We implemented this mod a little while back, a couple years ago, just to ensure accuracy and also to help runners who may lag, because Super Mario 63 and any Flash game is notoriously laggy. And so the in-game timer mod, it just helps to level the playing field a little bit for those runners, and also helps with timing. You can just look at the time, you don't have to use a YouTube frame counter or anything to time the game that way. Alright, and here our runners are off. Looks like, nope, not quite yet. Should be going any second now, and they're going to start off here on the file select screen and then head into tutorial 1. Now in tutorial 1, it basically just teaches you about the game. Of course, though, we are speedrunners, so we don't need to learn about the game. We're just going to get through that stage as quickly as possible. And here we go. I'm going to start off in this first room here, and just going to exit out a couple signs and make your way over to room 2. Now in room 3, you're going to grab Hover Flood here, so not this room that they're in right now, but the next one. That's going to be the first flood of the game that we see. And later on, we'll see those rocket and turbo nozzles. So you can see here, Vertic messing up just a little bit, not getting the ideal strat, but still ahead of Chance, it looks like. Although the timers are just slightly distinct, not too bad, just maybe within a second of each other. And Vertic taking ahead an early lead here, finishing out tutorial 1 strong, and now they're going to go talk to Eddie. This is the Toad here. That's Eddie, and they're going to grab the first shine of the run. The only shine, actually. And what this shine does is it unlocks the life counter. And that's important because when they get to Bowser 1, what they're going to want to do is they're going to want to die 4 times, and then they're going to die a 5th time after they defeat Bowser and perform Key Skip. and that allows them to die and skip tutorial 2. You skip the key. Oh no, it looks like Chance softlocked, and so he's gonna have to quit game and exit level and then go back into the file select. Does he know? I don't think he knows what to do. Okay, there we go. Yep, and there we go, he's entering file. Oh no, Chance had leftover data in his file, and so he's actually in tutorial 2 right now. He should not be there. If you don't delete the file beforehand, you can have leftover data. And so I'm not sure if we're going to restart for that. If we aren't, that's basically game for Chance. We'll see if it looks like we're just going to restart or if Chance is going to just take the first loss there. Okay, it looks like we're going to restart. Vertic stopped. So I guess we'll start over here in just a second once the runners are set up here and have their files set up. Yeah, so for any of the other runners that are watching this right now, make sure that you empty your files before you start the race. That way this doesn't happen and we don't have to do a rematch. So yeah, this game has an issue with leftover data. Even sometimes when you wouldn't expect it, you'll have things like Bowser keys left over, or star coins, or floods that you shouldn't have unlocked in certain stages. That'll get left over unless you completely delete the file. And so Chance didn't do that, and so he's having these issues here. So they're probably going to have to create a new race time room, so it'll be just another minute here while we wait for them to set that up. And so I guess I'll just explain T2 skip a little bit more and what happened there as well. So the runners today are going to be doing tutorial 2 skip. They're going to head to Bowser 1, die 4 times. That's going to bring their life counter to 0. And then they're going to enter Bowser 1 fight and defeat Bowser. Now there's going to be a key on the stage which you can grab and it'll take you to tutorial 2. But we don't want to go to tutorial 2. So we are going to actually cancel the animation using pause buffering and a backflip. And then they're going to die. And since they have 0 lives, it's not just going to put them back in the stage that they're in, back in the room that they're in. It's going to take them to the castle grounds. And so instead of going to tutorial 2, they're going to go to the castle grounds, but they still have that key unlocked. And so that's how you get Rocket and Turbo Nozzles unlocked for the final Bowser stage. And that's basically the route. From there, you just complete the game as normally. So it looks like our runners are just about to get started here. Looks like their setup files are deleted, hopefully. And there we go. We're off again. And so again, we're going to be starting in tutorial 1. Vertic took an early lead on that first map here, but we'll see if that happens again or if Chance can take the slight early lead here instead of Vertic. So moving into tutorial 1, room 2 now. Heading to that third room where they grab Hover Nozzle for the first time. It looks like Chance is slightly ahead a little bit, just pulling away a little bit. Chance just about done with tutorial 1 now. Vertic not too far behind, although taking a slight few second time loss here. And we'll see what the runners get for their Eddie split. That's when they finish talking to Eddie, grab the shine, and exit level. Typically a 57 would be a pretty good pace. For runs, you might want more like a 56 or 55. And it looks like Chance is going to get a 56, which is really good for him. And then Vertic's going to take a 1-minute Eddie exit, which is still completely fine. Most of the time save or time loss is going to be in the later half of the run with Bowser 3 and Space. Space, especially when the runners get there, it has a lot of RNG and it's going to be a chance for either runner to really pull away or fall behind. And so right now the runners are just going to be dying 4 times. Chance still a couple of seconds ahead. Both runners are doing a consistent down warp, which saves just a couple of frames. You kind of use the slope to get you a little bit more downwards momentum than you would normally be able to get just from diving off a platform. And you have to use a setup for that. It's not something that you can just do with regular inputs. You kind of have to have a specific frame perfect setup for it, or a bufferable setup. And so that one that the runners are using is a bufferable setup. And so Chance moving now into the Bowser 1 fight, still a couple of seconds ahead. Vertic not too far behind though, and we're probably going to see Vertic pull ahead a little bit in space. Chance is probably slightly worse at space than Vertic is. Vertic, again, the world record holder, so just so much experience with the game. All right, and both runners now out of Bowser 1, basically tied, because Chance messed up a little bit, I think, in Bowser 1 with that key skip. And so they're going to go grab Rocket and Turbo Nozzle right now and then head to Bowser 3. Essentially tied. This is an incredibly close match so far. And let's see what Sling star times they get. Chance gets a 33 of 34, and Vertic with a 35/36 Sling star. And so both runners have the potential here to maybe get a 6-3x pace if they play super well. That would be PB pace for Chance though. And so we'll see if he can keep this pace, stay really close to his PB like he's been doing in past races here. Now Vertic still just a couple of seconds behind, but totally overcomable. He can totally come back here at any moment. And we're entering huge rooms here. These are highly technical rooms with a really high skill ceiling. Both runners are incredibly good at them. And so we'll see if either one of them pulls away here in huge rooms. There's definitely potential for it. It's a super skill-based room, and just any small mistake can really lose you a lot of time. And Chance bonking, so Vertic's going to pull away a little bit here, taking a slight lead, but fumbling a little bit in that maze section of huge room 2. Still ahead of Chance though, both runners just having a little bit of issues in huge rooms, which is totally to be expected in a race. It's a very difficult room to do well. And it looks like Vertic's just going to take that slight lead here going into Fake Bowser. And so in Fake Bowser here, as you may know, it is not the real Bowser. It is, in fact, a fake Bowser. It's a mechanical Bowser. And so you'll see at the end when the runners beat him that he kind of just explodes and metallic parts go flying everywhere. And then they're going to enter the space section of the run, where they try to get up to the real Bowser and fight him. And so there's a little bit of RNG here in Fake Bowser. Normally, you want to just have Bowser pound the ground, and the way you do that is you just stay under him and he'll pound the ground and do that attack. That's normally faster. But on two specific phases, it can be faster to have him shoot fireballs instead. It basically just speeds up the rest of the fight. We aren't really sure why, but it can save anywhere from around 2 seconds if you do both of them and get them perfect RNG-wise, or around a second if you just go for one and get decent RNG there. And so looks like Vertic here is finishing Fake Bowser. He's going to be heading into space now. Chance not far behind. I wasn't paying attention to the RNG, so I'm not sure how the runners fared there, but Vertic's going to head into Space 1 now. Here he only has Hover Flood, and then in the next two rooms he's going to be able to use Rocket and Turbo Nozzle. All right, and Vertic having a clean Space 1, Chance not far behind. Vertic getting a decent room 2, a decent Space 2. Not perfect, but totally reasonable. Oh no, and Chance is missing the air rocket there. When you go through a platform, sometimes you can get an air rocket, but not always, and so Chance didn't get the air rocket there and lost a couple of seconds. Vertic is now done with space with a roughly 525 space exit, and so that's on pace for about a 4x, I believe. And Chance still just a couple of seconds behind. It's totally still possible for him to catch up. Although Vertic's going to need to make a mistake here. And he does. Vertic misses the throw there, going for B.O.B. Silvers, which is a true Bowser strat. He misses the throw there, and it's going to lose him a couple seconds here. Chance has a great opportunity to catch up here. He's still just a couple of seconds behind. And so Vertic's going to have to make another mistake here in Escape for Chance to catch up. But Escape is easily chokeable. It's one of the hardest parts of the run. Not hardest, but easiest to choke parts of the run because you have meteors in the first room here. And if Vertic is going to go for the strat that I think he's going to go for, it's totally possible that the meteors here could trip him up. He might lose a couple of seconds here of that, and Chance could take the lead going into Escape. Now we'll have to see here because it's not guaranteed that Vertic's going to mess up here. He's very good at the game. He might be able to react to the meteors well. And let's see. And so he gets good meteor RNG. He's not going to make any mistakes in room 1. It looks like he's going to get a clean room 2 here. Chance still just a couple of seconds behind. Vertic gonna clean out the run with a 646. Chance not far behind in Escape 3 right now, finishing out with what looks like a 652. So that was a very close race even up until the end there. If Vertic had messed up in Escape 1, hit a meteor, gotten bad RNG, it might have been possible for Chance to take the lead there, take the win if Vertic didn't react well. But that just didn't happen for Chance, and Vertic is going to take the lead with a 646. It's going to get that first victory. And so GG to both runners on that. Let me go ahead and just update the screen here. Vertic taking the first victory. And so Chance actually played really close to his PB there. Even though it's not as good as the previous races, a 652 is still really close because his PB is a 640. And so great job by Chance there. Vertic playing a little bit farther away from his PB, but he is going for a different route. And so he's definitely losing some time over that compared to his PB. And overall, 646 is still incredibly solid for Vertic here to get. And it's obviously securing him the victory. And so Chance is going to have to make a comeback here if he wants to beat Vertic, have that upset in this competition. And that was just an insanely close race throughout the entire match. Incredibly well done to both runners here. Looks like we're getting ready to set up for this next race here. Chance making sure to reset his file. And let me just check here on what the runners are doing, see if they have their racetime.gg file set up. Yep, looks like they have that link set up, so they should be starting here soon. Once Vertic just resets his file, deletes everything, and then we'll be ready to go again here. And while they're setting up here, let me pop into the Twitch chat, see if you guys have any questions or comments. I am on my phone right now commentating, and so it's a little bit harder here to keep track of everything, which is why I wasn't really reading any comments throughout the rest of the run. So yeah, that was a great first match here. It looks like Chance is maybe just going to do a bit of castle movement practice while he's waiting for Vertic to get set up here. Glitch Gamer asked, what is platform skip? Glitch, I think you might know what platform skip is, given that you go for it in every run. But for the people who don't, it's just a skip that you do in Huge Room 1. It saves about a second, and it's pretty difficult, so Glitch is really the only runner who goes for it here. And it looks like our runners are just about to get set up here. They're on the title screen now waiting. And so race should be starting here in any second, going back to tutorial 1 where it all starts. All right, and our runners are off, starting off on file select and heading into tutorial 1. Timers are roughly in sync, it looks like. No more than a second difference, which is good. Keeps it easy to keep track of for the commentators and the viewers. And so Vertic's going for a strat called water skip or bird skip there, or water skip, and he misses it, and so that's going to lose him a couple of seconds. Chance taking an early lead again, heading into tutorial 1, room 4 here. We'll see if he can keep that lead this time. He had the better Eddie exit in that first match here, but we'll see if that maintains true here. So now just going into Eddie. Again, Chance still a couple of seconds here. Vertic catching up just a little bit. Only 1 or 2 second difference here. It looks like Chance is going to get about a 56 Eddie exit again. And then see, yes, he does get a 56, and Vertic with a 58. So slightly better, slightly closer than the last run. And as our runners head into the Bowser 1 here, it's still a very, very close match heading into this early game. So now they're just going to take these 4 deaths, doing that consistent down warp with a buffered up release, or a buffered up input to do that dive recover. So just one more death here for each runner to take. Still maintaining about the same difference. No runners making a mistake with the strats they're doing during these deaths. So just maintaining that same gap in time here. Now they're going to be heading into the Bowser 1 fight. We'll see if Vertic can pull away a little bit here with his throw resets. Hopefully each of the runner gets key skip and gets it a quick key skip as well. Yeah, so it looks like Chance isn't going to be doing throw resets, and Vertic's not going to be doing throw resets either, but he misses Bowser, and so he's going to take a couple of second time loss here because Bowser has to go through his invincibility frames. And so Chance is going to pull ahead here. Let's see what type of castle entry he gets. He's going to get a 211, which is very, very solid. Vertic looking about to be 9-10 seconds behind. And so Chance really has an opportunity here to take that first victory for himself. Make it tied 1-1 here, going into Bowser 3 with about a 10-second lead. So he's going to get a 230 Sling Star, very nice from Chance. And Vertic, again, still just a little bit behind here. Chance has a great opportunity here going into Bowser 3. If he can maintain this lead, it's going to be a great opportunity for him. Of course, Space can completely shake things up if either of the runners gets bad RNG or extremely good RNG. So that's really going to be where the deciding factor is for the rest of the run, unless something goes wrong here in Bowser 3. So we have Chance now heading into Huge Shrimps, his specialty, and Vertic, again, still about 10 seconds behind, now entering Huge Shrimps. And Chance getting the air rocket there in Huge Room 1, getting a weird bit of a platform skip there. Vertic still a little bit behind. Chance heading into Huge Room 2 now. Looks like it's going clean so far. Great maze movement. Now he's going to be heading into the Sling Star skip. That's it. Very cleanly, nice. And a little bit of an unfortunate miss on the Shy Guy there, but he's still doing well. And now we have Vertic here getting the Sling Star skip. And gets the zip without any issues. Very nice. Chance is going to enter a fake Bowser at 3:43, which is a very good pace. And Vertic looks like he gained a little bit of time there. Only about 7 or 8 seconds behind now. And so let's see what RNG Chance gets. 2 Fireball is the best he can get here, and he gets 4 Fireballs, which is not bad. Saves about 0.7 seconds, if I'm recalling correctly, over just not doing that manipulation strat. And Vertic getting the same RNG here, so runners are going to be about 7 seconds leaving space as well. Unless either one of them goes for double manip. It looks like Chance is not going to be going for double manip here. He's not going to be gambling. Vertic is going to be going for double manip though, and he gets 3 Fireballs, so it's going to pay off for him. That's another 0.9 seconds of time save for Vertic, pulling him about 6 seconds behind Chance right now. And so he's slowly but surely catching up, saving about 4 seconds over the course of Bowser 3. Heading into space, all it's going to take is just one mistake from Chance, and Vertic can catch right back up. Space is brutal for mistakes. If you just make one mistake or get one bad meteor, it can really mess up your entire pace. So Chance heading into space now with a 450. And it looks like that first meteor is going to be a little bit of trouble, but he gets the reverse triple anyway. And Vertic also heading into space. Chance seemed to do well here in this first space room. Gets the Sling Star, very nice. And Vertic heading into the Sling Star as well. Chance getting a clean room 2. Vertic heading into space 2 now. Has to buffer an extra time. Chance going into room 3, about done with the run, and gets a bit of a slow double rocket. Ooh, that was not ideal there. Lost a little bit of time just from getting a low double rocket there, not a lot of height. And the runners are basically tied now after that mistake. Vertic got a very clean space. Chance just had that one mistake, and that's all it took. And right now it's either game for either runner. Vertic is probably going to save a little bit of time here if he can get the BOB Silver Strat, which Chance is not going to go for. And it looks like he is going to get it. Oh, and Chance misses the throw. Misses the grab, actually. And so I think that's going to be game here for Chance. He can't get over to Bowser because he's right on the edge, and so he has to wait for him to jump over it and grab Bowser. That is very unfortunate. It looks like Vertic's going to take the win here. That was so close up until that point. Just that one mistake is all it took, and now Vertic's in the lead. And so, yeah, just that one mistake in space with the double rocket and then missing that throw, and that's all it took for Vertic to pull ahead from a 10-second lead. Chance had a great start in the early game, but it looks like Vertic's going to take the win here. He's going to be heading into escape now. Unless he somehow dies or makes a huge mistake, I think it's going to be Vertic's victory here for the match. And he does miss the meteor there, but recovers well, only loses about a second probably. Going into escape 2. Now space, Chance entering escape. And Vertic is going to close out the run with a 6:43. Chance going now into escape 3. Looks like he's going to get around a 6:53, so incredibly consistent. Or a 6:54? Yeah, 6:54, so just 2 seconds off of his previous run. Vertic saving about 3 seconds over his previous run, and that's going to be the match. Vertic is going to be taking the win here, advancing. Chance going to be heading to the losers bracket. And now we'll see if either of our runners want to do a meme match, and if not, then we'll go ahead and close out the race. Then we'll go ahead and close out the commentary here. So yeah, just really solid gameplay from both runners actually. Chance just making one mistake. He was on great pace heading into space. It probably would have been PB pace actually for him, but just made that one mistake, and then missing the throw, missing the grab, and True Bowser just gave Vertic the victory there. And so it looks like the runners are going to be doing a meme race. I would suspect that Chance is going to be doing the level designer preserve route. Perhaps not though. We'll see what both of the runners are going to be doing. And the meme races are always just fun to kind of witness another side of the game here that you don't get to see in the any percent category. So we'll just wait for the runners here to set up. And while they do that, I'll go ahead and check the Twitch chat again, see if anybody has any questions. Yeah, it looks like Chance's run was 3x pace into space. Great pace, almost 3x. Very unfortunate. But these are probably just I don't want to say the closest matches that we've had, but the best matches that we've had so far in this championship. Just incredibly high level gameplay with just very few mistakes. Huge terms were great for both runners throughout both of the races, and so just overall great gameplay to watch. So let's see where the runners are. It looks like Chance is going to be booting up a different version of the game here. He's booting up 2010, so he's going to be doing the level designer preserve route. And I'm not sure what Vertic's going to be doing. I don't think he knows how to do LDP route, and so I'm not sure if he's just going to do normal any percent with perhaps some mean strats involved. He might be doing LOP. He might be doing all sorts of strats that are just goofy and don't save time. He might go for like the task strat in tutorial 1, room 3. Maybe he'll do tutorial 2 route. You'll get to witness the RNG birds there. Not sure what he's going to be doing, but it should be great, whatever he decides to do. All right, and I think the runners are just getting up this link for race time so they can start at the same time here. Overall, just though a great match again. Vertic taking the early lead with that first race, pulling ahead in Bowser 3, and then in that second race we see Chance pulling ahead in Bowser 3, but just slowly bleeding time throughout the run. Had an opportunity there for PB pace, but just didn't quite hit it. And so while the runners are setting up here, let me just explain what I think Chance is going to be doing. He's going to be doing the level designer preserve route. And so this was a route that was found by Sapling. It makes use of preserving a save screen. And so essentially what you do is if you grab a shine, there's a way that you can grab the shine in that you can die while the animation goes up to like basically bring up the save screen, the save prompts, and it'll have save, don't save, or save and exit. And so if you can die with that save screen up, then what happens is when you press save and exit at the right time, it'll take you to the what's it called? The title screen, but you'll still have the save prompt on your screen. And so you can then from there enter the level designer and then hit save and exit, and it'll take you back to the title screen again. And so then you'll have the title screen and the level designer on your screen at the same time, and both are able to be interacted with. And so from there, you basically clone the level designer a couple of times. So you just keep building level designer screens onto your screen. And from there, you can take a dev pipe in the castle grounds. And from there, you're just going to complete the run from there. However, you have to do everything blind, which is why you have to duplicate the level designer screen. You have to duplicate the level designer screen so that you can hit test course. And what that does is it takes you to the next room so that you don't have to do all of the rooms blindfolded. The only room that you do have to do blindfolded is True Bowser, but there are setups for that which make it doable. And so that's basically the level designer preserve route. Looks like maybe Chance is not going to be doing that though. He's booting up the practice hack here. So let me just see if they are mentioning anything in the Discord about what type of run they're going to be doing. They have the racetime.gg link open, and so they should be starting here soon. Chance is in the race, just waiting for Vertic to join now. And then we'll see what type of run they're doing. Okay, I just entered the Twitch chat. I see what run they're doing now. They're doing huge rooms times 10. That's interesting. This should be a really, really interesting match. Both runners are incredibly good at huge rooms, as I mentioned earlier on. So we'll see what they get here. Looks like Vertic is starting already, or maybe he's just practicing. And so again, huge rooms, some of the highest skill ceiling game rooms in the game. It requires a ton of practice to get good at. Both runners, insanely talented at them. Both have low 15s for Huge Room 2, which is just absolutely nuts. My PB for Huge Room 2 is about a 16.7, and I'm 6th place runner in the game. So both runners are just incredibly good at Huge Rooms here. So it should be a really good meme match to watch. And it looks like both runners are set up, just waiting now for the race time to start, and then count them down. We'll be getting started here soon. Chances doing a little bit of huge rooms practice. Good idea. Get yourself warmed up. Chance has a real opportunity to beat Vertic. It really could go either way, especially with doing the same rooms over 10 times. You can just make one mistake twice or make a really big mistake. Perhaps you die in Huge Room 2, and that could be all you need to lose the race there. So I'm curious if either of the runners are going to attempt platform skip. Probably not. But if they do go for it, that would be make the match very interesting. Platform skip, again, that strat where you just skip a platform at the top of Huge Room 1, saving about a second. Very difficult to fall through the platform correctly, though. So we might not be seeing the runners do it here. And it looks like they have started the race time, so on our screens here soon, we should be seeing them start. Just a couple of seconds, and it looks like they are off. And here we go, onto this first Huge Room attempt. Both runners off to a great start. Chance going for yellow air rocket there, but missing it. He's going for platform skip, misses it. Oh no. Chance gaining 17-second huge room 1, which is not ideal. Vertic, though, messing up huge room 2, and Chance is now taking the lead. It's neck and neck. Ooh, Vertic messing up the rocket there. Chance taking the Sling Star, playing it safe. Vertic missing Sling Star skip. Chance getting the zip. Vertic getting the zip. That is the first one done. Runners now resetting. Ooh, Chance making a small mistake there. Vertic taking the lead now. This is going to be very close all throughout. It looks like the runners are going to be going back and forth. Chance getting squished there by the thwomp, which is going to lose him a couple seconds. Then he triple jumps, which is very unfortunate. He's going to lose him another couple seconds. Vertic now in huge room 2. Chance still stuck in huge room 1. Missing the air rocket. Oh no. Chance then, no, Chance bounces on the lava. He's going to lose even more time. He can't seem to find the platform. Vertic missing the Sling Star skip again. But Chance now doesn't have the invincibility cap, and so it's going to make the rest of the run a little bit harder here. Vertic now on to his third huge room attempt. Chance still on his second in huge room 2. Still possible for Chance to come back, though. It's still early on. Chance now making his way through huge room 2. Vertic now in his third huge room 2. Looks like Chance misses. The ground there gets squished, hits the lava. It's not going well for Chance in the second huge room attempt. Going now into his third one. Vertic almost done with his third, heading into his fourth. So Chance is about 30 seconds behind Vertic right now. It's still possible for him to make it up, but he's going to have to play super well for the rest of the run. And might need Vertic to make a couple of mistakes as well. Chance heading into his fourth huge room 2 now, making his way through very clean huge room 2 so far. Vertic into his fifth huge room 2. Bonks, though. Chance starting to make up a little bit of ground. He's heading into his fifth huge room 1. Vertic gets Sling Star skip this time and gets the zip, heading now into his sixth huge rooms. Chance almost into huge room 2 now, making that his fifth huge room 2. Vertic in his sixth huge room 1 again. Oh, Chance bonks, which is very unfortunate. That's not what he needed right now to continue catching up. And Vertic is nearing lapping him, still just a couple of seconds before that happens, though. And it looks like Chance is now into his sixth huge room 1 and huge room 2. Vertic onto his seventh huge room 1 now. So again, still about a 30-second gap between Chance and Vertic. Vertic taking the lead. And so we see Vertic missing an air rocket there, losing a little bit of time. Chance making his way through huge room 2. Very clean so far for him. And he gets a nice Sling Star skip there. Vertic now into huge room 2 as well. Chance on his 7th time through. Vertic is on his 8th, I believe. Vertic hitting the lava there, losing some time. Chance can almost make up some time here. He's getting very close. Oh, and then Vertic gets squished in the zip. And Chance now in huge room 2. This is the first time that Vertic hasn't been in the same room as Chance, but a lap ahead. So Chance making up some time here. He might be able to come back if Vertic makes enough mistakes, but it's still very close to nearing the end of the run. So you can pull out the victory. We're either on our 9th or 10th time through huge rooms here. Vertic closing out another huge room 2 here. Chance making his way into huge room 2 again. It looks like we have one more huge room from Vertic, potentially. Oh no, Chance bonks. And he resets early. I think he's given up at this point. Just messing around while Vertic finishes his last one. And Vertic bonking a couple of times in huge room 2, but at this point, doesn't seem like it's going to matter. Hitting the Stry Guy, making the zip. And no, he still has one more to go. It looks like Chance has just given up, though, at this point. So Vertic going to take the victory here in the meme race as well. Chance always right behind Vertic, but never able to take the lead and hold it for long enough, take a victory, even in the meme match. Although, what can you expect when you're going against the world record holder? Vertic has been dominant in this game for several years, and it doesn't seem like he's going anywhere soon. I think he's won every tournament that this game has hosted, so not a surprise, but it would have been a lovely surprise if Chance could have taken the victory here today. So Vertic going through again. Seems like I may have been a couple off in my counting. This should be his final huge room 2, though. And hitting the bullet bill there, losing a little bit of time. Getting a nice Sling Star skip, though, and good Fly Guy RNG. Bringing out a good huge room 2 for him, and that's time for Vertic with a 6-10. GG to both runners. It was a very close match all throughout. Even in the meme race, it was close. So yeah, just extremely well done. Vertic taking the 2-0. Congrats to both runners. And I think that's going to be it for us today. Make sure to check out both of the runners, !R. Let me just check Twitch chat real quick, make sure nobody has any questions about the run. I'm sure the rest of the Super Mario 63 community has been doing a great job answering any questions when I haven't been able to. Yeah, Chance just forfeited the match. Looks like nobody has any questions. So thank you all for joining, watching the Any% Championship. We have another match tomorrow, I believe. I'm not sure exactly what time, but that should be a good match to watch as well. I believe it is... Oh no, the gaming dropped out. I'm not sure who the match is, but join if you're able. Check out the schedule, and we'll see you all there. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been Tomothy. Thank you for joining me in this commentary. And sorry if there was any hiccups. Again, I am on my phone out here in the wilderness, just enjoying nature and commentating the race for you. So thank you all for watching, and that is going to be it for me. Have a good one. Bye-bye.